What's going on, guys? It's your boy Tim Sits here, and today I'm bringing you something special, something a little bit different, and that's a straight up comparison between some cheap eBay heated grips and the Oxford heated grips. So they're both heated grips. They both warm your hands up. They both go on your handlebars. They're both 12 volt. They're both pretty fucking mad, but we're going to be looking at the differences between the two. So I've got the cheap eBay ones. They were on my Honda CB 1300, so that's why these are over here. And then I've got the Oxfords on the Yamaha MT-07. So I installed these myself. Scott installed these himself, and they're all pretty mad. So we'll start with the Honda's ones, right? But these were $35 delivered on eBay. Don't have a brand name. It's just a cheap generic box. Not really any instructions except for the writing on the back. But they install pretty easily. They look nice. The switch to turn them on and off is pretty stealth. The cables are all pretty nice. The throttle side one actually replaces the throttle tube, the stock one. So that was actually pretty easy to do once I figured out how to get them off and put them back on and everything. But that was nice and fun. Figured that out and was all sorted. The Oxford are just straight grip replacements. So you pull the old grips off, you put the new ones on. You do the same with the non-throttle side on the cheap eBay ones. But the Oxford, now these are the Oxford Touring. Not a whole lot of difference between the Sports and anything else, is there? No. They've got a little controller with them that you change the battery on, and they turn off once the bike's turned off. They turn off themselves, which is a pretty handy feature that these ones don't have, because if you leave these on, you're going to get a flat battery. Sorry to break up the whole feel of the video, but just as an aside, if you have a look under here, I have actually now installed a relay so that you can you leave the heated grips on all the time and they turn off with the battery. So I just installed a relay that ran off the number plate light, so you can't even really see it, it's hidden under there. But that costs between $5 and $10 plus the wire and the clips and everything to do, and now it has the same functionality of turning off with the battery, which is mad. But the Oxford's got that sorted, but you're also paying, you're paying 130 is on the box, so it's that 3, 6, 9, 12, paying 4 times the price for that functionality. And they're not quite as stealth because you need a big bulky controller for it, but they're nice grips and they're warm. So that's the basics on the two of them. They look slightly different. They got different grips. Both fairly easy to install. They both heat up around the same time frame. We haven't actually clocked it, but we've ridden each other's bikes, we've ridden our own bikes, and it takes about the same amount of time to heat up. And they also, at full throttle, at full temperature, they're also around about the same sort of heat. Is that, yeah, you found that? Yeah, they both, once you've had them on long enough, even with leather gloves on, they're too hot to handle. Now it's winter here in Australia, so it's not quite the same as a British winter. We're sort of pussies for having them on, but yeah, at full throttle with no glove liners or anything, just leather gloves, they're too hot after a while. So that's a positive. It means you can feel them. You can definitely get cheaper ones on eBay. You can get just the heating elements that you put in yourself for like $10, but for $35, this is a full kit, the same as this. And I'm very happy with the $35 ones. Obviously the Oxford, like, there's a lot of places, a lot of bike stores that sell these and will also install them for you. But for $35 and figuring out how to do it yourself, I reckon these are pretty sick. So over here in Australia, like, we don't really need heated grips. Most of the bike shops around here stock the Oxfords. That's the only ones they stock. And so there's not a whole lot of choice. I know I've seen forums there's a whole heap of different brands, but personally for me, I reckon that the $35 I've spent on this one is well worth it. And with the Oxford, if you can justify spending the 130 bucks, it'll be well worth it. But you can get these for a quarter of the price. So it's up to you whether you want to buy the legit ones. I mean, we've only had them on for like a week or two each, so we don't know how long they'll last. This is not a long-term review. We haven't used them every day, but from initial impressions, I'd say like the $35 grips is better than nothing, and they're almost on par. I mean, it doesn't quite feel as like nicely polished off as the Oxfords. Like the Oxford grips are like a little bit chunkier and a little bit nicer. The wiring's just a little bit more together, but I don't know if that's worth 4 times the price. That's up to you. 130 bucks is not a lot of money anyway, but that's basically it from me. Go get some $35 grips on eBay. I'll try and find a link for them, but probably won't be able to because it's eBay and it'll expire in a week anyway. But absolutely recommend this on every bike. It's easy enough to do. It'll fit like everything. So go get some heated grips ASAP and stay warm. All right. I've been Temp Sits. You've been gorgeous.